Hi everyone, thank you for joining this Rider Pilates spinal mobility session. You know just how important it is to have good mobility through your spine so that you can move really well with your horse. If you are new to this channel, then you have found a really good session to start off with, because this is a really fundamental aspect to our ability to ride well. So I would like you to start, you don't need to be warmed up for this session because it's going to be quite gentle. Start with one foot in front of the other, make sure those pelvic headlights are pointing straight ahead, bring your hands up in front of you. Bring one hand back to a shoulder, then you're going to turn and look over that shoulder and then come back and face the front and do the same thing to the other side and keep repeating between the two. So you want those pelvic headlights to stay facing the front the whole way through the movement, so you're not twisting through your lower body. This is about getting your spine moving, and that's only going to work if your pelvis stays to the front and it's your upper body that's doing the turning. Okay, we're going to swap and pop the other foot in front, and once again hands up to the front, headlights stay forwards as you go into that turn. Be aware of what's happening through your feet as well, so watch that you're not rocking on your feet. So it's really about, a lot of mobility actually is tuning in to which bits of your body are doing the movement, so you can be specific and not cheat and think, oh, I can touch my toes. Yes, great. But where's that movement coming from? Last one. Okay, then bring your feet back underneath you. Make sure that your knees are soft. Now, my hands might disappear from the top of the screen. Apologies if they do, so I'm not in my normal filming spot, so it's all a bit of a squish today. So soft knees, reach up with one arm, big breath in at the top. Then as you breathe out, take your arm down and round. And again, up to the top, breathe in. And breathe out, and one more this way. Breathe in at the top and breathe out. Bring that arm back down by your side. Keep your knees soft as you reach up with the other hand for a breath in, and again breathe out. Breathe in at the top, breathe out, and we'll do one more, and breathe out. And bring that arm back down by your side. I would like you now to go to the end of your mat, doesn't matter which way, with your feet approximately together and your knees soft. Tuck your chin into your chest, and then you're going to slide your hands down, curling through your spine, trying to feel that every single vertebra moves one after the other. Breathe in at the bottom, and then breathe out, tucking your pelvis down, and then feeling that every single vertebra is coming back up one after the other. Now, if your spine is really, really stiff, that will be really hard, but the more you focus on it and really feel it, the more likely you are to be aware of which bits of you are moving well, which bits not so much. So again, tuck your chin in and focus on trying to feel every single vertebra moving one after the other. Another breath in at the bottom, and then as you breathe out, tuck down with your pelvis and feel yourself stacking from the bottom of your spine, one vertebra after another, all the way back up to the top. And then we're going to do one more time. Tuck your chin into your chest and curl up as tightly as you can, all the way down to the bottom. Breathe in again at the bottom. As you breathe out, bend your knees, and we're going to go down into the Cobra position. You've got more space than I have at home, I suspect. So I'd like you to have your arms out to the side, elbows at about 90 degrees, tip of your nose resting on the floor in front of you, and you're going to scoop your nose forwards and up so that you're looking straight ahead and straight down, and then scoop your nose back in. So you almost want to feel that you're drawing the shape of a J, so you're scooping for the bottom, straight up for the back of the J, straight down, and scooping your nose in. If you want to go a little bit further, bring your elbows slightly forward, your hands slightly out. Then as you come up, you can come up onto your hands. But be careful as you come back down that you don't leave your elbows in the air and don't look like a stick insect. As you come back down, you want your elbows to come back down as part of the movement. So they come up as part of the movement, and they come down as part of the movement. And with this, feel yourself peeling up off the floor, and then feel yourself laying back down through your tummy, through your chest, back onto the floor. So it's a very smooth movement, peeling up. Just go as far as feels comfortable, and then laying yourself back down. Okay, we're going to turn onto your side, and again, you're going to have a little bit more room than me, so I might have to modify this a little bit, but the main thing is you can do it at home. Knees in front of you, arms in front of you. If you're on headrest, have your head at the front of the headrest, then you've got some head support behind. You're taking your top hand up and out behind you. Look at your hand as you go, and then I would like you, if you haven't got a bush, to skim the floor above your head to bring your hand back over. And then into the reverse, you're skimming the floor above your head, take your arm behind you, and then bring your hand up to the ceiling and over back in front. The most important thing with this is that your knees stay pressed into the floor and don't come with you. If they come with you, I'm exaggerating, but if they start to come with you, then you're going to lose that rotation effort through your spine. And then again into the reverse, so taking that hand over your head, skimming the floor, and then over back in front. Okay, we're going to go straight onto the other side, so you can just turn over and do exactly the same thing. I'm going to turn onto my other side. So again, arms in front, knees in front, taking that top hand up and out behind. Look at your hand as you go, and then you're skimming the floor over your head to bring the hand back round. So you then into the reverse, skim the floor above your head, take your hand behind you, look at your hand, and bring that hand back in front. So something else, again on this side, really think about what's happening with those knees, watching that they're not coming to, but also if you find that you're a little bit stiff one way, when you get, so your hand is right behind you and you're looking at it, don't try and go further by just pressing the hand further. Feel that you're leading the movement through your shoulder blade. The shoulder blade is obviously the bit that is attaching your arm to your spine. If you just press your hand back, you're just going to feel the stretch on your shoulder. If you push your shoulder blade back, you're more likely to get that transference of movement into the top half of your spine. So be specific about where that movement is coming from. Okay, I would like you now to bring yourselves up into a sitting position. I'm going to go sideways so that you can see this movement better. If you find this a bit tricky to sit in this position, then by all means get yourself on a block or something like that. That should make it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'd like you to have your hands around the front of your shins if you can. Relax through your neck and shoulders, relax your elbows, and then you're rocking your back forwards and back. You want this to be very much through your low back, so you're trying to avoid at the moment lots and lots of movement. Keep it very subtle. Think about when you're in the saddle, how much movement do you have? If you've got a very, very big striding horse with a very long walk, then you might need a bit more movement. But actually for most of us, if we're walking, the movement isn't a huge amount more than this, certainly in the going back direction. You can also do this exercise on a chair. You'll get even more movement in relation to what your horse is doing, much more like what you would be doing on the horse. That didn't come out right first time round. But this is a really good exercise. You should feel those deep muscles through your tummy and through your back working quite hard. Okay, I'd now like you to sit at one end of your mat facing backwards. Okay, and you're going to pop your hands around the back of your thighs. If you take one look at this and think, I don't want to do that one, dismiss this exercise out. It is absolutely fine. Just mind there's nothing too hard behind you in case you get the direction wrong. You're going to do that same movement again, so rocking back through your low back, and then allow yourself to roll back and then sit up again. So you're rocking, your low back leads the movement, and then your back follows through. So the low back starts and then you go. You need to keep that rounded effort through your back. Try not to let yourself go back too rigid, because then you're just going to go crash and hurt yourself. So it's that leading with your low back and then your back following, keeping your back rounded as you go through the movement. And you're keeping that tucked position, yes, partly because of your arms, but partly because by starting the movement through your low back, you're really using those deep muscles through your low back and your tummy. So one more. Well done. If you've done it, well done for being brave, because it's not everyone's cup of tea. And if you didn't do it, have a look, see if you've got somewhere safe to be able to do it at home, and then see if you can perhaps progress to doing it if you feel you get better control through your back. Okie doke. So we're going to go onto your hands and knees in case you hadn't guessed, and we're going to start with your cat stretch. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips, arching your back up so you look at your knees, dipping your back down so that you look ahead. So getting that lovely big smooth movement. That last exercise was a very small, very specific movement. This is much bigger. Really feeling everything is moving nicely. Okay, pausing in a mid position, we're going to change to your thread the needle. The simple version, look up at your hand as you lift your hand to the ceiling, and then you're passing your hand through that gap on the other side. You can bend the elbow if you want, again looking at your hand as you thread the needle. Then the same to the other side, look up, pass your hand through the gap to thread the needle. You can carry on doing that, or if you want the slightly harder version, tuck your toes underneath your feet and lift your knees off the floor and see how well you can control the movement. It's much harder to get the threading of the needle part, but it's still a good challenge. So if you feel this exercise was a little bit too easy, then this is the option for you. Let's do one more each way. Big lift up, big reach through. Okay, bring your knees down if you were lifted, and then we're going to finish with your shell stretch. So you can, if your body will allow you, bring your bottom right back down onto your heels in the flat position, or alternatively you can tuck your toes underneath your feet and then you can rest your bottom onto your heels here, it's just a little bit easier. Leaving your hands out in front of you. Take a couple of nice gentle breaths, just allowing your head to sink down as far as feels comfortable. So don't force this position, just go as far as feels comfortable down and as far as feels comfortable with your arms out in front of you. You're looking to be relaxed, and take a couple of nice deep breaths. And then bring your hands towards your knees, and we're going to come up into kneeling or sitting, whichever feels most comfortable for you, and we're going to stop there. So short and sweet, nothing too challenging there unless you did that final challenge at the end. But these exercises are really useful to do either as a whole session from time to time, or to pick and choose ones where you feel that you get particular benefit, or if you feel that one side is particularly stiff compared to the other, or you find it harder to control the movement in one particular direction on one side. These are all things that you can revisit on a regular basis, so every day or several times a week, just individual exercises if they will help you have better symmetry through your back movements, and then to be able to have better symmetry when you're in the saddle. I hope you found this session enjoyable and useful. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so and you found this useful. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you very soon.